drink with my best friends. Some people say we have a problem, but every night I make a new best friend. And the only problem is we like having a good time.
Hey, can you hear me? Because I cannot hear you. Classic. This is killing me. If y'all can hear me, we're with Astrid. You can hear me? No? No? Yes? I don't know what's going on, man. 40th episode. I can't hear a single thing in my headphones. Somebody turn my headphones up. Oh, my goodness. Alex, hop in and vamp for a few minutes. I got to figure this out. This is killing me.
Ah! It happens every single time.
That's going to be an interesting show.
Yes. Yeah. God help us all. JPJ in the chat. Well, I guess I'll vamp. Hello and welcome to Between Two Beards, or between Astrid and myself, I guess. You know, I am Alex. Yeah. I am Alex, aka that Ecto guy. That is that natural Astrid Pizarro. This is supposed to be Between Two Beards. JPJ is on vacay and Pluggo is MIA. So we are trying to do our best to make the show work without Pluggo right now. Typical, of course. Yeah, it's becoming a habit. JPJ, you might need to look for a new host here soon, man. I'm telling you. I know a guy who's free on Thursday nights. But Astrid, how are you tonight, my friend?
I'm glad to be here again. 2 weeks in a row. This is a new record for me here.
Hey, yeah, it's Astrid Week 2.2.0.
At this point, like 4.0 for sure.
Well, wait. Oh, nope. I'm getting the no-go. It's not working out. Astrid, what do you think we should talk about while we wait for our illustrious host, or one half of our illustrious host of the Between Two Beards show?
Is he a host at this point, though? He's not here.
I mean, he's a host. We have to say he's a host. It's technically him and JPJ. So we got Tim in the chat. Pluggo must be training for a match I got him booked for against big bad Bobby Munson. Well, I mean, it's either that, or it's against Holden, or it's against anybody else that Spenny could have for him. Well, wait a second. Let's see. Is it? Maybe. Let's try it out. Hello there. No, apparently not. Hello there. Avon calling.
Well, all I know is we need to restart the whole thing. No, don't mess with anything. If you can hear me, I can hear you. I need to figure this thing out. It pisses JPJ off when she's on vacation. It pisses me off. I hope you guys did the intros, but welcome to Between Two Beards. It's our 40th episode. Pluggo's having technical difficulties, as I always do. I need to figure out this Boost Mobile internet. We're in the middle of a snowstorm. I know that our friends up north have snow all the time, so I think their internet is built for that. Not down here. Not down here. I'm not happy about it. Anyway.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! You can hear us. Awesome.
I thought he could
hear you.
Let's do rearranging here. There we go. The 2 stars up top and just Alex at the bottom.
No.
So where do we
anyway?
Where do we go?
I don't know what you guys were talking about.
We were just trying to.
We're gonna say that the new show is gonna be A&A because JPJ's not here and your internet doesn't work.
That's fine. JPJ, next time JPJ's on vacation, I'm going on vacation. Anyway, we're live, we're loud, we're proud, we're here. Let's do this. We've got a lot. We got the Natural Astrid from NXT on the show. Astrid Week Forever. She did Power Out with me on Tuesday. Had to bring her back. JPJ's on vacation. This show is most certainly going to go off the rails because I'm in charge. Spencer's probably going to check in and make sure I'm not burning things to the ground. And boy, did JPJ pick the perfect week to go on vacation because there is nothing to talk about. Nothing.
Nothing to talk
Alex
about.
is here. He's our producer. He's on the show.
I have to be
nothing
on screen.
happened. We needed to bring a third into the
had to be on screen to make sure Pluggo stayed in check and to make sure he didn't offend our guest Astrid tonight. So,
and just so you guys know, Josh Robinson Unhinged back tonight. JPJ is in the comments section. All I can only imagine taking shots.
Apparently, it doesn't matter if he's here or not because you still.
I'm going to. After tonight, I am figuring out the interweb situation. I don't know why this happens. Spencer's already checked in. We're fine. Everything's fine. Look, buy a mug. We got mugs.
See? We got mugs. Yes, we got mugs. We got
Pluggo smells. Go back to the top where Tim said something about brunch on Sunday.
Let me find that.
Because I said I was going to address it at the top. We had some dirty laundry. Listen,
there we go.
Listen, Mr. Money Munson. You can say anything you want on Sunday brunch as you are the flagship. But we all know the truth, brother. We're driving this ship. So you want to come at the top? You better be ready to fight, Mr. Money Munson. Love you, sir. Just kidding. I love Bobby. He's awesome. He gets it. He's having fun. Wordsmith's in the house. Hey, bestie, do us a favor. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Tell your friends to come join the show and watch this train wreck that will be me trying to host. Again, I don't think
if you leave any more tonight, it's going to be a Titanic. We're just gonna sink. We're just gonna sink.
That's fine. So I'm okay with that. But why don't we just do it? Let's just talk about it. We all know what we want to talk about. Tim, Bobby is a professional. I am not, but don't let this fool you. I'm ready. Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
Cody Rhodes has apparently left the AEW. He's done. He's gone. He built it up and he's leaving.
I don't know why we're covering this first because it's one of the smaller news pieces from this week.
Just a tiny
thing.
No big deal.
I mean, AEW, he's leaving. I am never going to fault anybody for doing what they got to do, right? Like if he wants to leave and he wants to go get the bag, as the kids say, go get your bag. Set your families up in the future. Do that. That's fine. But this just leaves a weird taste in my mouth because he was so integral. His DNA is ingrained in AEW. Like he is AEW. All the shots he was taking, all the promos he cut, the throne, he smashed Triple H's throne on air. And you're just going to go back to the people that didn't want you. Or if they did want you, they weren't going to creatively satisfy you. And you're going to go back. It's a weird vibe. So our guest, our star of tonight's show, Astrid, the Natural. What do you think about this Cody Rhodes situation? Because we could talk about this for the whole time we're on.
Yeah, it definitely feels strange because when you think about it, I remember when AEW first started, people were wondering who's going to be one of the first people to jump ship to WWE. If somebody had Cody Rhodes on the bingo card, I was gonna
shout you out, Colpito, for having your baby girl 2 days ago, and here you go taking shots. Congratulations on the baby. Don't appreciate the comment. Anyway,
but yeah, I never had Cody on. Like, if anybody had Cody on the bingo card of leaving AEW to WWE, I don't know. I never pictured that in a million years. It's just weird to think not only him as talent, but as EVP. Yeah. That's another thing on top of it. Just how does that happen? Is he gonna be in WWE? Is he gonna be in WrestleMania? Are they gonna push him for a couple months and then he's gone? The way they do people in WWE lately. I don't know. I just can't see him being in WWE after everything that's happened. I'm how do you destroy the throne and go back nothing happens?
Exactly. And there's a lot of stories coming out that Tony Khan took away the booking power and he's reined back the EVPs and kind of taken hold of the ship. And that's fine. That's great. But I still this Cody Rhodes, whether you love him or hate him or indifferent about him, is the most interesting version of Cody Rhodes since Stardust. And Stardust was interesting for a whole other multitude of reasons, in my opinion. I just find that it's like a super odd decision on his part to leave now. It's like they're gaining the steam. They've got the traction. He's got the Roads to the Top show that may or may not get renewed. He's got the Go Big show. He's got his fingers in various pies, and here he's going, nope, I'm just going to give it all, which I'm assuming the WWE money that they are reportedly are going to offer him is a lot.
You know, I actually have an interesting take on this. If you will allow me the time to talk.
You're on screen. You better talk. Don't just sit there.
Well, this has never happened before. So I was talking to a friend of mine, Rob Davidson, in a chat on Facebook, and he presented me an idea that I was like, okay, this kind of makes sense. So we've all been thinking about this, like, oh, why would he leave? Why would he leave? He's AEW guy. Don't, go to WWE and do this. But my buddy Rob said, well, what about if he's going to do something that no other Rhodes has gone to do, and that's become the champion. Get the strap, get the heavyweight championship, get the universal championship, because Dusty never did it. So he goes, he makes the money, he gets the title, he then lives out his contract and goes back to AEW, having conquered that hill, and now he's all the better for it. Like, he's going to make money. WWE's throwing money at him right now, and he's the only one that has anything to gain from this, right? Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he's going to make him name. He's going to make a name for himself and remind you of the Rhodes name when he gets back to WWE. It's almost like him taking back the name. Let's get some comments going. Monies are the best.
No, monies are the best. Like, again, I'm not in the situation. I'm not a millionaire by any stretch of the imagination, so I can't speak on what he's thinking, and I don't know if it's life-changing money for him or not. It might be, it might not. I don't know what TK was offered, but yeah, if you are at the stage of your career that you think you've done everything that you could do and you want to get that money, go get that money, man. I'm all for that. Like, Cody, do your thing, but Cody, you are AEW in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like, and I will say this, and I've said this in the past, and I will continue to say it. Without Cody Rhodes, I don't think AEW happens the way it's happened. I think they needed, because Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, phenomenal talents, right? But are they mainstream stars in the United States? They weren't at the time. They're wrestling stars. We love them. Indie people know, but I mean, Kenny Omega was huge in Japan, and yes, he was widely considered the best wrestler in the world for a long stretch. But you needed that Cody Rhodes, that WWE guy kind of deal with the name value. The Rhodes name, and he comes in, and it's like a glove, and it all fits, and it all works, and it's this perfect storm. And it must be some bad stuff going on. Yeah, thank you. See? That's right. But it has to be some stuff that they're not coming out and saying that is driving him to this point. Now, he could, and I'll ask Astrid if you think this is a work or shoot. He could just be playing both sides for more money, and there's nothing wrong with that. So do you think he's working us, or do you think this is real and he's going to show up at Mania?
To be honest, I'm still like processing it. I don't know which was which, but I just seen so many posts about it. Like, everything on Twitter was Cody Rhodes the past day or two already. And not only that, but like having yesterday that people noticed that he was already off the intro as well. It got people talking again about it. And just like at this point, it almost seems like a shoot, but maybe not. So I just it's hard to tell. Yeah, but you never know.
No, if this is a work, it's one of the greatest works of all time because he's got everybody involved. In the WWE, reports from a friend of the show, Sean Ross Sapp, who's been on a few times and spent plenty of money. Maybe that's why my internet sucks. I spent too much money on SRS appearances. He said, it's one of those things that's hard to come back from. And I saw your comment, Bestie. Love the Danhausen. Absolutely. I missed that one. I'm all over the place today. I'm hosting. I'm usually over there where Astrid is just being goofy and making JPJ's life miserable. He's on vacation. This is the 40th episode. This Love Wrestling. We're killing it.
Celebrate, man. What
he
the
should
hell?
be. What is he doing? He's on assignment. He's got a lot of big things going on.
He's in Tijuana right now, sipping back on martinis with beautiful women, and here we are, just in a snowstorm. Astrid's and wherever she's at, dealing with whatever she's got going on.
But
how did you forget where I am? Come on.
Put me on dial-up after last week. That's fair. Last week we accidentally spent a lot of money because we had our Super Bowl episode and we brought in ads. I thought we were doing the good thing, but I guess I had the roles reversed. It happens. So I'm working that off.
Ooh,
Joe, drop the exclusive. What is this? What exclusive are we talking about?
You don't even know what it is.
There's a lot. There's so many good things going on at Love Wrestling that I legitimately, and this is not a work, I don't know what he's talking about because we got a lot of things in the works. So when that's ready, you let me know.
I have to say, I don't even see it.
But in the comments, while Alex figures out how to do his job,
I know how to do my job.
Let us know. Do you think Cody is working us, shooting us? Is he going to end up? Where's he going to end up? Is he going to WWE? If he's going to the WWE, who do you want to see him fight? If he's not going to the WWE, who do you want to see him fight? I guess. I don't know. I mean, there's so many things they left on the table for Cody in AEW. Like, JPJ hidden vacation camps. I don't want to know what he's doing on vacation. You let him live his life. You let JPJ
let him be the man he wants to be.
Let's hope, though, that he doesn't make this a regular thing because he's Mr. Big Time. I don't want him leaving me. Note that I'm happy to be with Astrid. I am, but I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
I know. I went from
I don't know what to do either, man.
Being twice with you, so there we go.
Cody's going to end up in CYN. Okay, let's talk about that.
No. We can't mention Mr. Adam Shearer.
No.
I'm starting a company with my friend EC3. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, jeez.
You'll have to tune in. But yeah, big news. Another company's popping up. Adam Shearer, EC3 are starting this create your own narrative. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. That's interesting. I guess I got some shows lined up. We'll see how it goes. I will stay tuned on that. I will not comment. When I think it's in March, early March. Yeah. Which,
yeah.
Yes, Astrid brings class. Take notes. But this is a fact. Astrid is. I've never, not even from day one, and I think Spencer can probably attest to this if he was here. I've never said I was classy. I never said I was good at this. I told him I am what I am. Take it or leave it. Love it or don't. I still keep making it. We're 40 episodes in. Plus, we've done about 5 specials. So we're about 45 episodes into this bad boy, and I'm still here. So
I'm just gonna say, if this is true, I'm gonna be very upset if I can't make it to the show this Saturday.
Yeah, HCW.
I was supposed to go, but my car is having problems. So I'm gonna be very mad if I miss this.
You better walk there.
I'm gonna walk.
If HCW pulled Cody, that's awesome. HCW's got a show this Saturday in our hometown. No remorse, I believe it's what it's called. If I butcher that,
at the Battelle Center in Mishawaka, Indiana.
Center. Good people. Yes. Good people. Shout them out. Love those guys. All right, so we've talked Cody, the Codyverse, and that's huge news. Is a classic. Thank you, bestie. Much love. Much love. Much love.
He's like a Pinto.
There's a lot. This week was huge, and I told JPJ, I said, buddy, Josh Robinson, my man. Perfect timing. Let's go ahead and get the Josh Robinson Unhinged out of the way because he's going to perfectly segue into what we want to talk about next.
And this.
It's been a minute, but here I am for some Unhinged. Well, I don't have much to rant about today. I'm in a pretty happy mood, doing pretty freaking well. The only thing I want to say for you guys on Between Two Beards is hell yeah, what? That was a terrible Stone Cold. But oh my god, imagine Stone Cold coming back and being at WrestleMania and opening a can of whoop ass. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Anyway, yeah. Give me a hell yeah and all that stuff, you know? I'm just excited for Stone Cold, so that's all I want to say today. I love you all very much. I'm going to give you a big old smoochy smooch. Mwah.
Oh, hell yeah, brother. Josh Robinson Unhinged is back. It's been a couple weeks. We love Josh on this show so much that we had to give him his own time slot. Admittedly, I don't watch those until almost showtime, so I don't know what he's going to say, and you never know what's going to come out of his mouth. Josh Robinson is doing some awesome work. He's killing it on Fightful Overbooked. If you missed it, he's talking bad wrestling that is so bad it's good with Joe Pearl. Those are a lot of fun. They're quick. They're about 20 to 25 minutes usually. Check those out. They're talking weddings, wrestling weddings, which who doesn't love? Mighty Joe, welcome to the chat, brother. We're glad to see you. But yes, as Josh, stupidest person on earth, I swear. That's not true because I exist. So I'll fight you on that. Carl, what's up, my buddy?
Carl?
Much love, my man.
So I finally figured it out. You're rubbing off on me. I couldn't figure out what button to press. Now I know what button to press. I can drop this news that our figurehead
teaser, bro. Now they have to wait.
Oh,
we're early in the show. We got plenty of time. And yes, glass breaks. So does a hip. Tim, let's talk about it. Now here's where I'm at. Stone Cold Steve Austin was rumored. And if you didn't hear about it, it's because Cody has taken over the world, is rumored to return at WrestleMania in Dallas, Texas. Not just come crack some beer, you know what he does. No,
calm down. Whoa.
Woo! It's my show now. JPJ is on vacation. Let's go. Anyway, he's rumored to not only do the beer smashing and the stunner thing, he's rumored to be in a match. 19 years. Now, I'm going to get my quick thought out here before I forget it, because I actually, last week, and I should have tweeted it because I would have looked like a genius. I was like, isn't that really cool of Stone Cold that, when he retired, he was done, and he never came back, and he never did that, Saudi money grab thing that Michaels did, which was kind of weird, and you know how it is when a wrestler that's past their time comes back, and sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. Edge, killing it. Shawn Michaels, it was a little rough, but I digress. So, which side of the fence are you on, Astrid? How are you feeling about the potential of Stone Cold Steve Austin making an in-ring return, which I'm excited for because I love him, but I'm worried, but go on.
I'm excited because I know obviously of Stone Cold, and I've seen stuff that happened before, but I've never seen him wrestle, let's say in real time, to put it like that, because I started watching wrestling when basically he was leaving. So I didn't get to see that part of it. I just see him stun people just out of nowhere. But that's all I see from Stone Cold. So I'm excited. And then I remember in the chat, I was thinking, I've seen a certain person talk too much about Texas lately. So I was like, is this the person they're going to put him up against? And all of a sudden I see all the reports. KO and Stone Cold's rumored to be happening at WrestleMania. I was like, yes. It's like, I had a feeling. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Alex, what do you think about Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back to the squared circle?
I hope whatever is taking him to come back is extensive, doctor visits to make sure that this man is well taken care of and able to do whatever he's going to do. Hopefully against KO, because I think that would be amazing. I just hope he doesn't, I just hope it's a one-time deal and that's it. He comes back, he wrestles KO, and he's gone again. Don't come back every year like Taker. Don't hold on to some, ring or whatever, that you're trying to hold on to, like a Mick Foley. Just do the one time and then go. Let that be it.
Listen, put the comment up. I see you, Spencer. I see you. We'll get to it. I got this. He's worried I'm not going to play it. Look, we're talking Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is huge news that you've got. And again, I don't even know what it is because the news that we heard earlier today was insane. And we're going to talk about that too. But I had to talk Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, I want him to be in a ring. If you're going to diss Texas the way Kevin Owens is diss Texas, you've got to come with Stone Cold in Texas at WrestleMania to shut him up. I don't think you could go with, like, a lesser Texas, like not Terry Bradshaw. That's just Bradshaw. You can't come with JBL. Like, nobody wants to see that. So in the comments, I want to know how you all feel about Stone Cold returning. If you want to see him return, if you don't want to see him return, let us know. And we're going to go ahead and please the boss so we don't get fired on our 40th episode and drop this exclusive. And then we're going to react in real time because none of us has seen it. He uploaded it during the show.
Oh, right now.
Oh, that's...
Whoa.
Ooh.
Woo! Love Wrestling.
Love Wrestling 2. I mean,
2.
Don't want to grow up.
I'm still trying to, like, that song's a banger.
Yeah,
people on the card are bang. I'm, like, still trying to process the fact that Love Pro Wrestling is coming back with they started with Change the Game, and that was awesome. But here they are. They don't want to grow up. It's a stacked card,
and this is the main event, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Michael Richard Blaze, I've been watching him ever since the last Change the Game. He's actually really, really well in the ring.
Fantastic promo as well. Like, really good at what he does. So you definitely want to stay tuned. You want to stick to all of Love Wrestling, lovewrestling.ca on the webs, at Lovewrestling.ca on Twitter, Instagram.
Love Wrestling CA, no dots.
No dots. Love Wrestling CA. There's probably graphics you can put on the screen. You can't do two things at once. I mean, Pluggo.
We're talking.
My point is, you need to be following all of Love Wrestling on Twitch, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. We're dropping matches all up into the card on March 25th. It's going to be an absolute stellar show. Hopefully we get the Twitch thing going this time because I want to be in those comments. I'm going to be there dropping all sorts of comments, emojis. We got everything on Twitch. We're killing it. Love Wrestling. They changed the game. Now they don't want to grow up. March 25th, the Rec Room in Alberta, Canada. I did Google Map this, no joke, and I found the Rec Room. It's a 30-hour drive for me. I might need a gas card, Spenny. Might need a gas card.
I got to say, HCW, don't you guys have a private jet that you could just use?
But I'm honestly, like, and that's only the start. That was an exclusive video, but that's only the start. There's so many more matches to come, so many more talent announcements. If you've followed my social medias at Pluggo_, I've retweeted every single one of them because I love the artwork that our good buddy Zark does. I think Zark is fantastic at what he does. So please do that. Let us know what you think.
Speaking of Zark, we do have an announcement for later.
Another
in the show.
He's killing
later in the show for Quizplex next week. So make sure you stay tuned to hear what that announcement is.
Oh my gosh! If you haven't seen it already, you need to be following. If you're on this right now, you need to go follow, subscribe, and like Love Wrestling. You need to follow, subscribe, and like us too. Let's go. Let's change the world. Let's change the game. Let's never grow up here at Love Wrestling. That's fantastic stuff. And it never growing up. Stone Cold Steve Austin, baby. Like, I as I sit here and I think about it, I'm torn. I'm one fan. On one hand, I like, and I did the same thing with Shawn Michaels, and I do it every time with every legend. I'm like, I want them to look good. I want them to succeed. I don't want them to come back and tarnish anything that they've done by coming back and people, because that's your last image. But it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Everybody grew up, I think, idolizing Stone Cold in a way, because who doesn't want to kick their boss in the stomach and then stunner them and just walk out.
That's shadowed right here on this very show. Yeah.
Oh, I would stone cold stun Spencer Love in a heartbeat. Okay.
So I somebody clip that because
Oh, I'm getting fired today. No, I love Spencer. Spencer, you're awesome. Thank you for dropping that exclusive on the show tonight. Please check that out. That video is going to be played from now till March 25th. You're going to see it a ton. Please retweet it, share it out, show the love. Show the love. Now what's left to talk about? I don't feel like anything else happened this week. I don't know.
I mean,
it was a slow week. Spencer is a huggable.
Let's talk about how huggable Spencer is.
Do we want to go that route?
I can't hug him. I'd love to give that man a hug because he's allowed me to do this, and he keeps allowing me to do this. So I need to give that guy a hug. Maybe a Josh Robinson smooch too.
What's up, Cade? Welcome to Between Two Beards / And by the way, Josh's comment earlier about he likes Astrid's beard. Astrid is the exception to the rule. She doesn't need a beard. She can come on with any type of facial hair, non-facial hair she wants. It's that she got the exempt card. We checked that off. So
speaking of hair, I'm sorry, Astrid. Speaking of hair,
look at that segue.
Isn't there a product?
We're gonna talk about balls and grooming, and your hair down there does not need to look like your hair up there. That's what we say on this show. Your partner would appreciate it if you kept it trimmed, keep it neat. They don't only do the Lawnmower 4.0, which is a phenomenal product. It's got a light on it. It's waterproof, so you don't have to worry about it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very fine made product. But they also have ball toners, ball deodorants, wipes. So when you're in the middle of a pinch or you're outside and it's hot and you're running around and you're blowing budgets left and right, you can stay fresh down there all throughout the day. Manscaped.com. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about Manscaped.com. Go to Manscaped.com. Tell them Love Wrestling sent you by using the Love Wrestling code and get, how much do they get, Alex?
Oh, it's like 20% in free shipping.
20% off and free shipping. And I can tell you, it comes very fast. It's quick. I ordered it. Boom. It was there in like a week. It's a wonderful product. We're not just saying that because they're our sponsor. We're saying that because we actually endorse it. We use it. I use it. I can tell you Mrs. Pluggo probably appreciates me taking care of business. That's all I'm going to say.
Not only does Mrs. Pluggo appreciate you, but your balls will thank you. I just wanted to say,
and they actually have.
Okay.
It's funny. Like you take care of them. They're like, thanks, Pluggo. That was awesome. And I'm like, I know, little buddies. That was great. Now that we've gotten the Manscaped,
I'm supposed to bring Astrid back in right now.
Get her back in. But I think let's see. Oh, Astrid.
I can't breathe.
Oh,
I couldn't breathe before the show, but I can't breathe.
Dan J, welcome to the show, my friend. This is an interesting episode. 40 episodes in. JPJ, our guy, our man, our leader. He steers the boat. He lets me throw a million crazy ideas at him, and then he just, steers it to make it make sense.
Pluggo Cod over here.
Yeah, but he is on vacation this week, so I brought in the Natural Astrid. She is on NXT. She was on Power Out. She's on Astrid Asks. She is everywhere. So Astrid, for our new friends in the chat, let them know what you got going on, and then we'll segue into some dynamite.
Oh, jeez. No, I'm kidding. No Tuesdays NXT with Cody and Ed. But yeah, we have the AEW show coming up that we're still putting up the details about it. So watch out for the socials when that comes up. So Wednesdays will be our day too. So I'm here Tuesdays and Wednesdays too now.
Everywhere.
That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, Astrid asks on YouTube and Twitch if you guys ever want to go back and watch it too.
Yeah, I had a good interview with Ruby Reyes. That was a lot of fun. She's very cool. That was an awesome. So go back on Love Wrestling on YouTube and check it out. And give it a like, give it a subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Tell all your friends. Keep us employed.
Yeah, I broke up the news that she's part of WoW now too during the interview. So
Hey, break.
Ooh.
And she's over here breaking news. The SRS of Love Wrestling over here. I might as well just call it a day. Spencer, here's your new host of Between Two Beards.
Right.
I renamed
Oh
it
my!
the
We
ANA
all
show.
bow down to Astrid. We all bow down to Astrid. Let's just admit it.
This is true. But I definitely want to talk a little bit of Dynamite, if we shall. I thought it was a great episode last night, and then we're going to be talking Elimination Chamber as well. That's coming up Saturday. That's some big matches on that. But I wanted to talk about this card yesterday because I found it very interesting due to the Cody news. I think everybody thought, okay, let's tune in. Maybe it's they didn't address it. They didn't say anything. And I thought that they would. But, in a lot of ways, I'm glad they didn't because he hasn't put pen to paper yet. Cody hasn't officially signed anywhere. So if you're going to try to keep him maybe taking shots at him, like the Max Caster spot was a good spot that they could have took a shot. I'm glad they didn't. They didn't mention him at all. I know that Mox made an offhanded comment about the kids. So I didn't know if that was a shot, but I was like, I don't know. But overall, Dynamite, we had Lee Moriarty and Brian Danielson. Sorry. What's up? How we doing? Baz, I don't want to butcher your last name.
Let's not butcher that.
But thank you for joining. I thought that was a lot of fun. Lee Moriarty got a good amount of offense in. I think he handled the spotlight really well. He's a phenomenal wrestler. I'd like to see him start racking up some wins. I want to see him get linked up with Daniel Bryan in a longer. I want to see that happen. I want to see this Mox Daniel Bryan whole thing kind of meld into one. What did you think about Dynamite? What was a high spot for you? I know that JPJ tends to go down the card. Let's just talk about it. Let's see where we land.
I said Mercedes and Thunder Rosa. That was a really well done match. Oof. I wouldn't mind another one of those, to be honest. But Thunder Rosa with that gear, amazing. I feel like they were really great at showing up, and at the end having Jamie Hayter and Britt and even Rebel a little bit just beat down on Mercedes and Thunder Rosa too. So just maybe a tag team next week. I wouldn't mind that too.
Yeah, they killed it. Two of the best wrestlers on the planet, regardless of gender, Thunder Rosa, Mercedes Martinez. It still blows my mind, and I say this, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. They wanted Thunder Rosa to be a referee in the WWE, and they didn't know what to do with Mercedes Martinez. These two have incredible chemistry. I felt bad, though. The table spot didn't break, and that looked like it legit hurt. Either they're incredible sellers or that hurt like hell. And then Thunder Rosa, the spot at the beginning where she's holding onto the fan and she jumped, it was a great spot. I could watch Thunder Rosa fight a paper bag. I would be happy. Mercedes Martinez, the same deal. She's great. You put the two of them together, it's magical more often than not. I'd like to see a third. I'd like to see him settle the score type deal, even though technically Thunder Rosa's won them both because of the DQ, but you take a lead pipe to somebody, I'm calling that a win in my book. But yeah, Britt Baker comes out with Hayter and Rebel, and they beat down on Thunder Rosa, and Mercedes makes the save. So yeah, some camaraderie there is nice. I'd like to see them. I mean, because it's kind of like the Moxley thing. He said to Daniel Bryan, I can't be friends with somebody I haven't bled with yet. Mm-hmm. After these two knockout, drag-out fights that they've had, friend up. What more do you got? Unless you want to keep it going, but why not? That's a fun pairing. I'm interested. I'm very interested.
Yeah.
And that's all we have. I'm just kidding.
So I didn't get to see the show live yet or show it all yet, but I did see the MJF Punk promo. Mm-hmm. Well, more of a Punk promo than MJF, and I loved how there was a lot of trickles into what was coming. Oh, it's not going to be a cage match. Will you be my Valentine? Piper versus Valentine in the dog collar match, and that whole build. I think, and then the fact that MJF came out and didn't say a word, it almost makes me think that they're really building towards maybe MJF taking another victory. Because Punk has been on the high this whole time, talking about, this promo, winning the match last week, and he shut up MJF. What's a better way to come back from that than by having MJF win the match? I mean, yeah, it may not be so good for Punk, but the way they're building it.
He basically told, he showed the picture of MJF at the autograph signing or the fan fest or whatever. And he said, look, that was the biggest day of your life. For me, that was just a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And come March 6th, it'll be the biggest day of your life again. And it's just a Sunday for me. Like, they're really playing up this, like, CM Punk is like just owns MJF inside his head. But MJF has the victories twice.
Mm-hmm.
Once, but twice. I have said, and I think that they need to give MJF this win. I don't want to see, because I don't want to 50-50 it. I don't want you to give MJF the biggest win of his career over CM Punk and then take it away from him in a dog collar match. Dog collar matches, they've only had one other one, and it was Cody and Brody Lee. So that's cool. It was a great shout to have the Piper references saying, you want to be Piper. Well, here we go. I'm Piper. You're my Valentine. Let's have this out. That's going to be a brutal, gruesome, nasty match. And if CM Punk wins, yeah, that's fine. And that's great. But I like the idea of MJF having this over CM Punk. He should have had it over Jericho. He should have beat Jericho. And that should have been the end of it. He should beat Punk. He should be this era's version of like the legend killer that Randy Orton kind of was, where it's like, I'm not trying to take legends out of ever wrestling again, but I got wins over him because that fits the MJF character to a T. And if you keep 50-50 in him and not giving him the big win and letting him have, it does kind of hamper what he's doing. But it was cool to see that he didn't speak. Mm-hmm. Like, MJF is never one short of words. And he was like me in the Billy Starks interview. I was like, words. Words. Where are you leaning? Natural. What do you think on the whole MJF Punk thing?
Yeah, I like how not only MJF did not say anything, but like that facial expression that he had, like that whole package of both things, it really sells you so much of his, like, what he's thinking. But on the contrary, I was thinking, because my brother mentioned to me, he's like, well, Punk has a history of having dark color matches. So does that mean like maybe this is like his match? So it would make kind of more sense to me if Punk wins it in that sense, though, because he has more experience with the matches than MJF does. But I wouldn't mind it either way, because like you said, from the beginning I thought that he should have beat Jericho from the get-go. Like, there was no point in giving Jericho the win. But at the same time, everything with Punk is just, I feel it's different from what happened with Jericho. So I do want Punk to win this one, though.
I would say this: if CM Punk wins at Revolution, which is entirely possible, it needs to finally be like he had to go way too far to get it done. Like, he needs to turn. It needs to be a double turn somehow. Like, he needs to do something so heelish that it's like, shit. CM Punk, and then like you've got to feel bad for MJF if he takes this loss. Or Wardlow somehow gets involved, because in a dog collar match there's no DQ. This could be the perfect time to, get Wardlow over and get him out from under MJF's wing, because it's time. I'm watching. And I was going to talk about that tonight too. Every week they add a little bit more to the Wardlow character, a little bit more. Like, they're slowly building him, and the crowd is eating it up. They're keeping it simple, just power bombs, pander to the crowd. They gave him a longer match time last week. They had him take out Max Caster, which is a bigger step up than what he was doing. It's time. Let's blow the roof off this place. Let's get at Wardlow to take out MJF already, so we can have that. I want that. I just want it so
I know. Yeah, same.
I think, though, it's Punk's overconfidence that's going to cost him the match, because he's like, oh, I've been in dog collar matches. And, he's telling the crowd, like, even if you've never seen his matches, like in the dog collar, oh, he's been in these matches. He's going to be the better at it. that would be even more of a spit in the face if MJF wins.
When's the last time he's been in a dog collar match? It's not like he does this every week, which
Right,
I get what you're saying. Like I agree. He's got experience in it, but if you ain't done it in 20 years, bro, like you're gonna be a little rusty.
I have an ongoing theory about kind of like experience in matches and whatnot, but that's for another show.
Another show? You got a match theory show?
Not really. Up? Just like if I get punched in the face once and I go down, the next time I get punched in the face, can I get up and take another punch?
Maybe. Some can.
You know,
CM Punk can. He took a ring bell last week.
I mean, hey. So, anyways,
the other big news from Dynamite is the Adam Cole promo and the whole thing with Adam Page. We got to talk about that. If we are going to talk Dynamite and not speak on that, I think we're doing a disservice to Dynamite. And JPJ, wherever he's at right now, will hop in the comments and yell at us because we all love Hangman Page. We all love Adam Cole. They touched on a lot of history that, Adam Cole basically said, you're terrible at being friends, X, Y, and Z. Where's the Dark Order? Where's the Elite? You're just going to, and Hangman basically said, it's not like you're the greatest friend either. You went away, your friends went and built an empire. You came here, you left your friends behind. They're all together now. And the friction that's going on between Page and Cole in a lot of ways is not, and I know this is going to sound like I'm shitting on it, and I'm not, because I can't wait to see this match. But it's kind of like I'm more drawn to the Young Bucks and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, because like after all that went down and they beat the crap out of Page, and then the Dark Order came out and beat on all sorts of security guards, and then Preston Vance looked like $1 million. They go to the backstage, and then they're talking about their kids and how many kids they got. And Adam's like, we all got kids. This thing is got blah, blah, blah. But then the Bucks leave. Red Dragon leaves. Cole's left by himself, doesn't know which way to go. And Brandon Cutler goes, which way you going? He goes, shut up, Brandon. And then they go. So I hope this means we're going to see a trios title soon. I think all of us have been clamoring for that. How are you feeling, star of the show, Astrid, on this whole Adam Cole, Hangman Page, Young Bucks, this whole thing?
I really love the promo that they had in the ring. And I like how even when Cole said, when we've been in the same promotions, you've been the lesser known Adam. And that got Page agitated more than anything. I love that part of it. And having even the Dark Order, when they mentioned, it's like, oh, your friendship with the Dark Order, it's been like not going on really since you became champion. But when it came to defend them, they're the ones that came to defend them in the ring too, if you notice it real quick. But that part I really loved. And then especially number 10 coming out and just out of anybody and defending his name. And having that line from Cole, like, everybody's got kids. That got me at first. But yeah, it's when I was looking at the shot, and I kept waiting. It's like, so which way is he really gonna go? And then when Brandon points it out, he's like, shut up, Brandon. He's like, I love that chemistry they have between each other. But it's always, that match is already already like the one I'm excited for. I've been looking forward to it since the Red Dragon was debuted in AEW together like this, and the friction they've been showing us. So I'm excited for that one too.
And look, HCW Sports, Love Wrestling. We don't have to hear he's handsome. We can see he's handsome. He's on screen tonight. The beautiful Ecto guy. Love you, Ecto guy.
We're not talking about me. We're not talking about me. If you look back in the comments, you'll see what they're talking about. But
I thought they were talking about you, because I'm looking at the comments. I haven't seen so many tonight.
You're a handsome guy.
I'm going to take it as they were talking about you. Just take the compliment.
Okay,
and keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Ooh, girl.
But no, it's weird. It's just this. I want the Adam Hangman Page match. I kind of want Cole to do this on his own, and then I want to see the reactions of the Bucks and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Like, I want to see him win at Revolution. Not that I think Hangman's had a bad reign. I just think that if it's okay to have a short reign. I don't think you need to have 400-day title reigns all the time, because then that kind of gets stale. It loses the whole, oh, the title can be won by anybody at any time. And if AEW has such a top-loaded roster like they do, you've got plenty of people that we could see as AEW champions. So I'm interested to see him win it, and then see which way the team sways. Like, who's going to be more excited? Is that going to factor in? This is just so many layers and layers and layers, and they can go so many routes. And if Adam Cole loses, then he still has the Bucks and the Red Dragon storyline going, which is something we love. And that's why we love AEW, is because they give us multiple things going at once so that they can pivot whenever they need to. And it keeps you interested, because you're like, oh, like with Santana and Ortiz and Chris Jericho. Eddie Kingston got a massive pop.
Yes.
And I didn't expect him to come out tonight, and he did. And I'm like, oh shoot, yeah, Kingston's still involved in this thing. Like, that's another layer to this whole thing. Like, let's go. Like,
if I could, like, I
if
almost
you could
feel
what? If you could what? What do you want? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Talk for a second. Jesus. No, I think you talked about, like, okay, Hangman could lose the title. I don't think it's going to be to Cole. I think we still need to see him and MJF at some point.
Yeah,
I think that's ultimately where we're going to go. What I would love to see, though, is I don't know if anybody ever noticed during the Hangman Page Kenny Omega match, one of the Bucks gave Page kind of like the nod, like, okay, you got this, do this. I think we're going to see that mirrored with Page and Cole. I think one of the Bucks is going to give Page the nod to take out Cole, and then we're going to eventually see this feud between Red Dragon and Adam Cole headway with the Young Bucks, and potentially either a Jay White or a returning Kenny Omega, because they planted that seed before he left of, Kenny said, oh, you guys got this. It's in good hands. And Cole goes, yeah, I got this. Don't worry. And Kenny says, oh, no, I was talking to the Bucks. They planted that seed, so we got to have that flower grow. We got to have it sprout, and I think this is...
Do you guys think it's a mistake to have Jay White's first match in AEW be on Rampage?
Not at all.
At 7 p.m. on a Friday night?
Not at all.
No?
I kind of do. Is it taped now? Or is it live? Huh? Is it live or taped?
They're taped.
They're taped. Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, and again, Jay White's another one of those, like, if you're not big into New Japan, you probably haven't paid attention to a lot of his work. And I'm one of those people where I watch enough Jay White matches to know what he's about. And I know that he's extremely talented, and I know every facet he's got it. But if you're trying to introduce him to a bigger audience, he needs to be on your flagship program, Dynamite, for his first match. I just feel like, because they also moved Rampage due to the NBA All-Star weekend, so it's at 7 o'clock. It's before SmackDown. It's 7 o'clock on a Friday night. I mean, I don't know personally how you guys are, but to me, there's a lot more going on a 7 o'clock hour on a Friday night than there would be at 10 p.m. after my day is kind of winding down, and I can just kick back and watch. So I'm interested to see how it plays. I'm interested to see if Jay White is a draw, if he gets those numbers up. I just thought I'd throw that out there and see what you guys thought.
What do you think, Astrid?
Yeah, I would have preferred if it put it like live on the show to get that crowd reaction fresh from there, not just something taped, because obviously the people in the arena have already seen it. So, and then with the time change as well, that factors in how many people are going to watch it compared to a 10 p.m. the show slot time. So I think I would have done it live just to see like that live reaction from the crowd when he comes out, just to get people going, like we have with Keith Lee, something like that. Because I feel like it would have been something unexpected, and not even announce it, just having come out during the show like Keith Lee did, and just have that match like that, not even announce it beforehand.
Yeah, I think it's too early to tell if they've dropped the ball with it, but the initial, it was a backstage quick segment. He turned around, he left, and then he's on Rampage. Like, I want them to treat Jay White like they're treating Keith Lee and giving him the big moment, the like showcase match on Dynamite, and I think you could have done that. But hey, we'll see. I could be completely wrong. I've been wrong before. I've said some things that are predicted some stuff that just doesn't happen. Maybe this is going to kill. Maybe the 7 o'clock spot, they'll pull $1 million. I don't know. I'm interested to find out. Well, we are about to talk Elimination Chambers this Saturday, a pay-per-view. It's on a Saturday in the afternoon.
Excuse me. It's not a pay-per-view.
Oh my
It's a
God.
premium live event. How dare you?
Listen, I will kick you off of JPJ's show.
No,
it's our show, and I gotta say, and I'll tell JPJ I fired you on his vacation. I refuse to call it that.
I know.
It is already a tough enough sell to tell my non-wrestling friends that, hey, I'm going to watch a wrestling pay-per-view, and they'll go, now I have to say I'm watching a sports entertainment premium live event. Like, get out of here. That's worse.
Sports entertainment premium. Oh, you must mean like football or basketball.
No,
it's wrestling. Oh,
and it's on at like noon on a Saturday.
Yeah,
I got things to do. I got a honey to-do list. I got stuff that's got to be done. But anyway, before we dive into the card, we have to bring up next Thursday on Love Wrestling, after the beards, we got the hour. Quizplex is back, and they are coming out swinging for this Quizplex as one PCO. You heard that correctly. PCO will be a guest on Quizplex next Thursday at 9 o'clock. And I know my buddy, the alien god ampersand man Zark, is bringing some other guests that are just as fire as PCO, which now we got to come correct next Thursday. Because what if PCO's hanging out 8:45? He's like, what do we got going on here? He's doing his non-human things that he likes to do. And he's like, look at who these weirdos on. So we're going to come correct next Thursday. You just wait. Ampersand is ready. Yeah, there's another one. I'm never going to call him that. Ever. Not even if there's a fire. He's the ampersand man to me. But no, that's a big show. Like I said, Love Wrestling. We are doing huge things throughout. We got Sunday brunch with Bobby Money Munson. Dude, I got to stop by there and talk to that guy. He said some shots. He took some shots. We gonna talk on Sunday.
There's free spots on Sunday, man.
That's right. We got NXT with Astrid. We got Power Out with Ella J and Zark. I hosted. I don't know if I hosted. I showed up. I dropped the ball at the open, and then we killed it. But no, that's a lot of fun. We got NXT with Ed and Astrid. That's a huge show. They kill it. They talking all things T. How is NXT been going, Astrid? I haven't been watching. I got to be honest. I catch like the stuff I want to catch. Like I really like Carmelo Hayes, and I like the stuff that Ziggler and Breaker are doing, but I don't always catch it. So how's NXT treating you?
Yeah, they just had Vengeance Day on Tuesday, that special, so it was pretty nice.
That was a good one.
Yeah, the card was really well done. I missed the main event because I was doing Power Out, but I'll watch it this week. So that's the only thing. So I can't talk about the main event, but yeah, the ladies match really well done. The women's tag team champions with Toxic Attraction and Indian Persia, that was really well done. And then Carmelo Hayes and Cameron Grimes, that's probably one of my favorite matches. And definitely my top favorite was the Creed Brothers versus MSK for the Dusty Cup. That was really well done. The Creed Brothers are killing it right now.
I thought MSK was going to get that done. Honestly,
it was.
I would have had a perfect prediction had I went with that. But that's cool. Yeah, like I said, Love Wrestling, and then you got us on Thursday nights. You got Love Wrestling's changing the game. Don't Grow Up too. So many things. What am I missing? Oh, Blowing Up stream on Sunday or Saturday nights. My goodness.
Not this week though, because of all the pay-per-views going on.
Yes, there's a lot of pay-per-views. And Dan Shea put that question up. Do I think PCO's team's going to win on Saturday since he's going to be on Love? Listen, whether he was going to be on Love Wrestling on Thursday or not, I always pick PCO. That dude is insane. I said on this show, I think 2 weeks ago, like that man is doing like backflip moonsault crazy, and I have trouble getting out of bed in the morning, and he's just jumping off of stuff at his age.
To put this in perspective for anybody that doesn't know, he was part of the Quebecers during the mid-90s in WWF. Think about that. Like he's still going and he's still doing crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff. So I will always roll with PCO, whether he's on this or not. And we might be pulling a guest Thursday. Stay tuned. We'll announce.
Ooh. I'm the first to hear, and I'm the producer of the show.
And I got to be honest with you, this guest is approved by Spencer.
Oh, so
we're not actually. It's within the budget.
Oh.
For the first time in Between Two Beards history, we got approval through the boss. I don't know what's going on. JPJ's gone. I talked to Alice. She said he was cool with it. Oh, Jesus, man. Oh, stay tuned.
That Alice is a workhorse. I'm telling you.
Anyway, let's dive in.
Give her a raise, though?
Huh?
Can we give Alice a raise? Because poor thing, she's working hard.
No, Pluggo's already below the race for all of us.
What?
I'm trying to feed myself, all right, and I have trouble.
Look,
we can't give Alice a raise.
Look, you got to spend Spencer's money to make Spencer money. That's the motto that I've instilled in us, and I've got to bring eyes to the prize. And how you do that? You get Astrid on. She commands SRS money. I didn't tell Spencer that yet. Way to go, dude. Now I'm in trouble. Anyway, we're going to talk a little Elimination Chamber, maybe make a few predictions, talk the card down. It's in Saudi Arabia. I will say this. It's a pay-per-view. It's a premium live event. I know.
Call it pay-per-view. Just call it pay-per-view.
There are
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I don't want to get into that. I think everybody knows where I'm going with that. But the card itself, if we're looking at it objectively, is a great card. I think there's a lot of big time names on here. I think there's a lot of big time matches. I think there's going to be a lot of seeds planted to what we will see at WrestleMania. So this is the roadblock. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
roadblock. The last stop.
Triple H versus Dean Ambrose. That was a banger of a match.
Roadblock. This is the roadblock to WrestleMania, only it's the Elimination Chamber, which is one of my favorite matches. I really do enjoy it. And for all the people that say, yeah, bring back the old cage. No, that thing was violent, disturbing, and nasty. And this is much safer, and it keeps the wrestlers healthy. So I'm okay with it, but it's still a great, cool concept, and there's still a lot of cool spots they can do. So I wrote down some notes. I wrote down the card. We'll start off with Lita and Becky. No, Astrid, what is that? You don't want to start with Lita and Becky?
I never pictured that on my bingo card for this year. That's what I'm like, no, I can't believe this is happening.
You can't believe it's a head shake. I thought it was I don't want to see this. I was like,
I don't get not only one, not two, but 3 women's matches in one event. Oh, sign me up for that.
And 3 in Saudi Arabia too, which I think should be shouldn't be overlooked. It shouldn't be.
That should be a bigger deal for sure.
Because they couldn't go for a long time, and then they slowly. I know Lacey and Natalia were the first, and I know that there's restrictions on how they have to do it. I wonder how that'll factor into an elimination chamber setting.
It's bodysuits and shirts,
which is fine. Whatever, but I'm just glad to see that they're giving that kind of progress.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see someone like Sonya getting an opportunity to go there as well, given her status. I don't want to misspeak on that. Yeah, but that's awesome to see that representation in that country. But no, Lita and Becky. I personally I was rooting for Becky and Ronda. I wanted to see that again, and I thought Lita and Charlotte was where they were gonna go. But this is cool too. Like Lita killing it. I mean, I think she still can go. Yep. Hello there, amazing. You're always here. We love having you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for everybody for showing up tonight. I know that the star of the show isn't here, but we're making do. I'm
trying to make it work.
No, Astrid's killing it. But and then big time backs. I don't think that there's a chance in hell Lita comes out of this thing as the Raw Women's Champion. How do you feel about that, Astrid? Do you think she's got a shot?
I wish she did, but it wouldn't make sense with the storyline of having Becky being this I beat this person, and then all of a sudden Lita comes out who's legend status and she's gonna beat her of all people instead of the people that are actually in the roster. That wouldn't make sense to me. And it's just like, why would like Lita win it and then have Becky win it sometime between now and Mania again? It wouldn't make much sense. I think it would have made more sense if it happened with Liv before, like around day one. But right now with Lita, it doesn't make sense. But it's one of those matches that I know it's probably a dream match for Becky, and it's probably a dream match for a lot of us. So just excited to see a match that I never thought would actually happen live.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's cool. I it's weird because I know that we talk about like Goldberg, which we'll talk about here in a minute, and how he kind of just comes into the mix and gets a title shot. I don't want to say unfortunately, I think that's the wrong word, but with the women legends, they just don't have as many women on the roster, and that's their own doing, so they have to put them in these spots. But I mean, you see Lita, she could still go. When Trish came back, she could still go. Like Goldberg, on the other hand, has lost a lot of his offense, and he struggles to hit the one move he's known for. So I think that's where the disconnect is. But again, Ecto Guy, what do you think? You think Lita's got a shot? You think Becky's going to retain? I think Becky's retaining. I don't think there's any question. I would put my whole bag on that. Bag of bunnies.
I think Becky does retain because I know the train is rolling towards being Becky versus Bianca at Mania. And that's going to be my prediction for the Women's Elimination Chamber as well, is Bianca's going to win it, and we're going to see them have this headway at Mania. And, yeah.
Darnell with the comment there. I like that. Yep. She has a shot. I think anybody has a shot.
Yeah.
You put them in the match, and it's not even because she's Lita. It's just the WWE, they've been known to hot potato. They get goofy around this time sometimes. Sometimes we think it's a slam dunk, and they pull the rug out from under us and go completely different. Like, I never thought in a million years after 7-8 years away, Edge would ever go from one and run the gauntlet on the Rumble. But hey, that's where I'm at. And I think, Ecto Guy, you said it perfect. We'll transition right into it because that's what I wanted to talk. The Women's Elimination Chamber match featuring, and I wrote it down so I didn't butcher this, which I'm going to butcher it anyway.
Liv Morgan.
Rhea Rip. I got it. You calm down. That's why we keep you behind the glass.
All right.
Yeah. You know what? JPJ is not going to be happy about this. He's texting me right now. No, he's not. He's busy doing whatever. He's killing it. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Doudrop, Alexa Bliss, which I thought was an interesting move, and Nikki ASH. Almost a superhero. I prefer to just call her Nikki Cross because it's anyway. Yeah. So that's a great lineup. They're all outside of Alexa. They're all relatively younger talent. I mean, Nikki's been there for a minute, but she's really started to kind of reach her own. She won the title this past year, so it's kind of some young talent. I think you could go with Rhea Ripley if you really wanted to, but I think the money, like you said, Ecto Guy, is in Bianca Belair. I think that's what they've been angling for, and this would be a nice feather in Belair's cap to get a win. In the Elimination Chamber, it's Saudi Arabia. Like, that's a huge deal. And then we just go right into the program with Big Time Bex. Because as much as we love Liv Morgan and she's going to take another L in another big spot, she kind of couldn't hold her own on the stick against Becky in those promos. The matches were great, but you could see Becky really overshadow her. But I think Belair on the mic with all these women here outside of Alexa, I think she could. I think she's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts? You guys would tell me I'm wrong? Anything?
You're right. I agree.
Hey!
I feel like the match we saw earlier this year at day one, I believe, Liv versus Becky, I just didn't feel it was quite there for Liv yet. Like, she has the crowd behind her, and that's awesome, but she has to also be able to firmly perform in the ring. And I know she can do it. I want to see her do it, but I just don't think it's quite there yet. Having somebody like Bianca win the Elimination Chamber and have her face Becky at Mania at least gives it a little bit of closure to the SummerSlam fiasco from last year. And then we know that next year's Mania is going to be Becky versus Rousey. So maybe have Becky win the Money in the Bank match at some point, or sneak in a win somewhere and win the title back.
Yeah, I keep thinking back, like the only way I would be happy about Bianca winning is this is like the match that she wins at Mania and she gets to redeem herself for that SummerSlam loss, because I feel like we never got that from her, and I want that to happen for her. I'm like, my first option was her, Becky and Ronda. If Ronda and Becky wasn't happening, then Bianca and Becky and Bianca winning. That was my second option when it came to the direction. And I'm really glad. I hope she wins it because I think she wins. She wants to enter last, so that obviously is going to help her in the end as well. So I'm hoping she wins it. I don't see any other girls winning. Maybe Liv will be the other second choice, if anything. But aside from the other ones, I don't see any other girls winning it, though.
Yeah, I think Rhea looks strong on Monday. I think Rhea is an outside chance because I think that they could just easily build her back up into a contender. But it's one of those things where, it's WrestleMania, and you got to come correct on all facets. And I think Belair just has it.
Did you say that Belair's coming out last for sure, or is that like a?
Yeah, that's what the gauntlet match was for on Monday.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it made her look a lot better if she started off number one and plowed through.
Mm-hmm.
Made her even look more badass.
She did that at Royal Rumble. She started at like 3 and ran. You don't have to always. I kind of like that. Give her the advantage. But we'll see. I think it's going to be a good match. It's an awesome step in the right direction for these Saudi Arabia shows because you get to feature 6 women in a match, and that's badass.
Yes.
But I think we're all in agreement. Belair should be the clear favorite to win this thing. If they wanted to go Alexa Bliss as like a dark horse, I could see it. But I think that there's some more that she's got to do to kind of rehabilitate her character. I know she just got cleared as like she's back to normal, but I think there's still some more there before we start putting world titles on her. Where do we want to go next? Do we want to talk the men's elimination chamber? We just talk chambers, or do we want to talk? We want to keep the women's train going. We got a tag team with Ronda. Let's keep the women's train going. Yeah. I'm having a good time.
There we go.
We got Ronda, Naomi versus Charlotte and Sonya Deville. I'm just going to say it. I would have rather kept Ronda and Charlotte separate until Mania as best you could. I didn't. This is a good match to have, though. I think Naomi's fantastic. Sonya's fantastic. I think they can mask a lot of the rust that Ronda's going to have in being her first like real match, because you could mask a lot in a Royal Rumble. Ultimately, this is either one of Naomi or Sonya's taking the pin here. I just don't know who, but I think ultimately Ronda gets the win over Charlotte, which fuels them fighting at WrestleMania.
I think Charlotte takes it. I think Charlotte and Sonya take it just because it'll fuel Ronda a little bit more to piss her off and keep it going till Mania. She'll want to get her revenge, even though she's guaranteed the match. Let's have a little bit of let's try and have a little bit of a story. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, for sure, I guess. But no, that's fine. This way everything.
I mean, we're talking WWE, so storylines out the window, but let's try and have one.
I will just say I think that Charlotte can take L's. She's an all-timer. I think having Ronda lose, even if it's in a tag team, you could do some chicanery and have Charlotte win by some kind of schmozzy finish, but I think you just want to keep Ronda as strong as possible. Now let's say what's up to our boy Sean. He's in the chat. We just talked Becky Lynch and Lita, my friend. But we will be talking Goldberg and Roman Reigns here shortly after Astrid gives us her hot takes on this match.
Real quick, I did forget. I'm sorry, Astrid. I don't mean to step on you. I'm not, but I will say I did forget we're in Saudi Arabia and it is Ronda Rousey. So, yeah, probably Ronda and Naomi.
See how easy I can swing?
Yeah, I forgot. It's the power of the, you know what I mean?
He is a flip flopper. Look how easy I can sway him.
I'm very gray, if you can't tell.
Yeah.
How you feel about this, Astrid?
Yeah, the way I pictured it, I had a feeling like probably Ronda doing the submission on Sonya and having probably Charlotte watch it from like outside the ring, just having her partner lose it for them, and just like in a way of protecting Charlotte as well, because that way Charlotte doesn't get pinned or submits to it. So I think that's probably the way that it may end. Just to give like oh, this is what I'm gonna do to you at WrestleMania kind of situation, showing that off to Charlotte during the match. And yeah, just like obviously I want Naomi to get some kind of revenge on Sonya, so might as well do it with a victory in her name as well.
Okay. Well, I think you go either way. I mean, I'm not gonna. I know that I just convinced Ecto Guy to go with me on Ronda. You could go either way. They're both big, but I think Ronda needs it, especially the way the fans have kind of reacted to her. So, like, if she's also losing matches and she can't, I would have kept them away from each other as long as possible. Honestly, I'm assuming the Saudi prince was like, if you're gonna bring, I need Ronda, and I don't blame him. She's a star, but. I would have held off as long as possible. You could have done some other things here if you really wanted to. So let's get into it. He talked, Sean brought it up. He said Goldberg and Roman Reigns. We might as well talk about it now. I swear on everything, if Goldberg walks out as Universal Champion after all of this that they've done with Roman Reigns, I'm going to lose it. I'm sorry. I know that we're supposed to stay positive here at Love Wrestling, and I love wrestling, and I love Roman, and I love the match. Yeah, Goldberg doesn't need to be here. He could do something. He put him in the chamber. He could put him in the chamber and I don't know, but I guess, again, it's Saudi Arabia. You throw the rule book out the window. I mean, they did do the DX thing against the Brothers of Destruction when Shawn Michaels was well past. I get it. They bring back stars for this. I don't have any nice things to say about Bill Goldberg. I'm not our buddy Warren Hayes, who is currently on a streak of saying one nice thing about Bill Goldberg a week. So, Astrid, I'm going to let you take this one. I'm going to sit this one out.
It takes me back to like what we were talking about with Lita earlier. But like the reason why I don't mind Lita getting a title shot over Goldberg is because Lita's not returning every single couple of years to get a title shot. You know, it took how long for her to get this particular title shot? That's the difference between it. If we have Goldberg basically return every year to get a random title shot, I'm gonna be bored of it because I feel like he's gonna get a title shot every year and win it. And then people like Roman Reigns are gonna it's gonna cost Roman Reigns this whole build if Goldberg were to win it, for example, which I hope doesn't go, because if it goes, I'm probably going to shop and throw my iPad out the door, and I'm not going to be happy if that happens. And I don't want my iPad to die, to be honest. So,
no, that's fair. Like you said, I think the problem was, Goldberg comes back, gets a shot. That's cool. All right, he comes back twice, he gets a shot. Okay. But every time he comes back, he gets a title shot, and he just says, "You're next," and that's it. The only thing that would save it is if Brock Lesnar costed Roman Reigns. But then again, you'd have to do some maneuvering. You'd have to move titles. You have to get really convoluted, and I just don't trust that they're going to do all of the necessary parts to make that happen. But that's the way you would do it. You get Goldberg wins the title. Roman goes after Lesnar, so you still get Roman Lesnar, and then Goldberg versus maybe like Big E or Edge or something. But even that, I just would leave a bad taste in my mouth because it's Goldberg, man. Ecto Guy, Alex, what do you think?
I think I'm tired of seeing Goldberg. I'm tired of seeing this idea of bringing back these legends and have them immediately put into these matches. And as a matter of fact, I canceled my subscription to Peacock, so Elimination Chamber will be my last premium live event until I decide whether or not I want to spend my $5 on Mania, because I'd rather watch AEW right now and rather put my money towards that. But
get a burner account. You get a burner account, they'll probably give it away for free.
So I want to see Roman win this, and I know we're going to have Roman win this because eventually we're going to have Brock and Roman. And I know that they're just doing this because back in 2020 we were supposed to have Roman versus Goldberg. We never got that. So why not do it? And why not do it in Saudi Arabia? And why not do it in Saudi Arabia when they're throwing a bunch of money at the WWE, regardless of if it's clean or dirty? I'm tired of seeing Goldberg. I'm glad this is going to be potentially his last match. We need to move on from him because he doesn't have it really much anymore. He only lasted about 5 minutes in WCW. He's lasted way too much longer in WWE, and It's about 5 minutes over what he should have been. So I hope Reigns wins it, and I hope that's it. We go towards Mania and we see Reigns versus Lesnar, but we could see, oh boy, something else. Something in the contract we don't know about.
Well, I think they're not going to go too crazy this time. But I think Goldberg, if I'm not mistaken, like that's where he killed the Fiend. He's like the non-Mansoor of Saudi Arabia shows, but in the sense that like he still wins a lot, but he's just not Mansoor. So maybe he is like Mansoor's second. It's like Mansoor, Goldberg, and then everybody else in terms of power.
Man Goldberg, Man Goldberg.
Maybe that'd be. I'd see that tag team. And then we got last match on the card. I think there was only 5. I didn't see a 6th. If there's a 6th, let me know. But again, that's
there's
fine.
There's a 7th and an 8th, bro. What do you?
What? There's how many?
There's 8 matches. Yeah, there's only 8. There's 8 matches.
Well, then give me because all I got listed is Elimination Chamber. I must have missed this.
Well,
what else is on the card?
Let's go to number 8 on Wikipedia. Rey Mysterio with Dominic versus The Miz with Maurice.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. I didn't see it pop up when I did this research, and I was thinking like
this is why I'm the producer. I do the research. I get the right information.
Anyway,
too, so.
Well, I'm just gonna quickly say Miz wins.
Yep.
Moving on.
Well, if it's the opener, then Ray is gonna win.
Well, I guess
Just
Ray
saying.
could win because it is
Legends, though.
If it's the opener.
If it's not, Miz wins. Why not? Keep that going.
Then we got McIntyre versus Madcap.
Oh, that's right. I knew about that, but I blocked it out of my mind because I don't want to see this.
This will be the bathroom match, so enjoy. Get your popcorn, get your chicken.
Does Madcap Moss do it for anybody? Like, who's like? I like to think in the terms like we all understand why you would be like a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan or like why you would stand for Sting, right? But like who's out there being like Madcap Moss? That's my dude. That's my ride or die wrestler. Mount Rushmore #1. Nobody does that.
In the future, there will be Madcap Moss bandwagon riders.
Who?
I'm just saying, like, for our generation, there's people like my cousin. He's like, oh man, I love the mid-carder people from back in the day. There's going to be somebody that's hot on Madcap Moss and Dominic Mysterio and Chad Gable. They should have been champions.
When I am 60 years old and I'm getting ready for Between Two Beers on Thursday nights, I'm not going to be like, you remember 30 years ago or 25 years ago when Madcap Moss and Drew McIntyre fought in Saudi? Ooh, that Madcap. He was underrated.
You're going to be like, man, who should have got a real chance at Madcap Moss? What do you say there? What do you say, Braun Strowman? Agree.
Braun Strowman, I could at least argue, definitely was underrated. But Madcap, anyway. What's the other match I missed? Because, like I said, I looked through this and I was like, this is really strange. I don't see a lot of match cards for these things.
The Usos versus the Viking Raiders for the
SmackDown
title.
I actually feel bad that I forgot about that one because they have great. I think that they would put on a great match. I think those are two of the best tag teams in the WWE. Or at least two of the best in terms of like, I think you could throw a couple more names in there, but I think that's a great matchup. I think the Usos win because Roman will kill them if they don't.
Right. And I think I agree with you. The Viking Raiders are very underrated. Ivar can do some stuff that normal big guys can't do.
The Viking experience,
the Viking Raider experience, War Machine.
All of the above.
Yeah. Is that who you rolling with, Astrid? Who you got?
Yeah, I don't mind either way, but I feel like the Usos definitely have to win the match. Just like
I don't want either one of them. I like that. I don't want either one of these.
Could we see a big tag team turmoil match at Mania for the SmackDown titles? Just throw them all in the ring and just go for it,
like a battle royale,
or like a.
They like to do multi-man matches at Mania, so everybody's on the card somehow.
Like they did last year with the for the women's title, have a qualifier gauntlet like last year at night 1, and then have the main title match on night 2.
The only way I'd want to see that is if they do, if the Street Profits were in it and Montez got eliminated, Dawkins could stay in like they do in AEW.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Like, oh, your team's gone because
Yeah.
Madcap Moss is an idiot.
Madcap Moss is going to take the whole thing. Bro.
Yeah, if he sees this, I'm sorry, bro. I'm just not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're a great dude, but this isn't working for me.
You're too much of a madcap for Pluggo.
Yeah, you're too mad, bro. Too mad. Down a
I
notch.
just miss that lone wolf Baron Corbin. Can I have that Baron Corbin back?
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Bring back
Like,
bring back the long hair, receding hairline Baron Corbin.
but Madcap Moss, my guy, like this is. I'm sorry, you're too mad for Pluggo. That says a lot. Like, this is anyway. We got one more match to talk about, and then we're probably gonna get out of here. We're gonna plug all our stuff. We're gonna say our goodbyes, but we got to talk about it. I think I didn't miss. There's not a 9th match that I didn't see. Correct? Oh my God! There's so many matches.
There's another one. You didn't hear about it?
But this is the thing. Like,
Number 15.
You didn't hear
this
about
is
it.
what I'm
Though.
saying. Like, there's 2 elimination chamber matches, which should take almost an hour for both, with entrances and everything. That's half a 4-hour show. You gotta give time to Roman.
One of
you
these,
gotta give time to Lita and Becky. Like,
one of these matches is
5
going to
hours.
be. One of these matches is going to be a pre-show match. So,
and it should be Drew and Madcap.
it's going to be Ray and Miz.
I know, but it should be Madcap.
Yeah, I know, because it's a Falls Count Anywhere match. It's going to be.
Let me tell you about the last match though. Did you miss it?
Back.
Huh? You didn't miss it?
No.
It's Bobby versus Pluggo. That's the last match.
Oh no, that.
Oh man.
Since I'll do his job since he's over there. Much love to you, Throwback. Thanks for hopping in, my friend. I know you are having a day, and I just want to say we appreciate you. Much love, my friend. Bobby versus Pluggo. We'll talk about that after we talk about the Elimination Chamber. I don't want to outshine.
We got to talk about a different Bobby right now. Bobby Lashley.
We got Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins. Who'd I miss? Riddle. I wrote it really weird. That's why I was like, who's that? I couldn't even read my own handwriting. That's what Pluggo does. His notes are off the wall. That's what I do. Anyway, this is another great, like, this is a stacked card. Like, this is a good elimination chamber. Brock Lesnar doesn't need to be here, though. But, like, and he's the Brock factor is, like, he just runs through it like Shayna Baszler did a few years ago in the women's, where she just ran through the whole thing. Like, I could see them going that route with Brock here and getting the Saudi Arabia pop. But then what do? You've got, is it title versus title at Mania? Do you figure out how to get it? I mean, you just gave it back to Bobby Lashley. You could throw a complete oddball there. I think AJ Styles versus Edge for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania is a headliner. I think you could go that route. I'm interested to see how they maneuver this, because there's like Seth's another one. Like Riddle would be. I know Riddle was rumored to have won the Royal Rumble. I don't know how true those rumors were. But it's the Brock factor. I know in Saudi they like to go big. They don't tend to like swerve us too much, because I think they definitely are appeasing to that crowd, because when you get $50 million from somebody, I think that what they want sometimes is important. So I've been told. But Astrid, who do you want to see win the Elimination Chamber on the men's side?
In my dreamland, it would have been Rollins, but this is Vince's dreamland, so it's probably going to be Brock. I'm like, I feel bad though that Bobby just won the title. Is Bobby going to lose it like this so quickly? It's something that I didn't want. If you want it,
Seth Rollins,
yes, my favorite, Seth Rollins.
Whoa. Yeah.
Show's
off the rails.
All right, always. No kidding.
It's about that time. Yeah, I think Seth Rollins is a lot of fun too. This is for the WWE Championship, so whoever wins this, it's a foregone conclusion that they're defending it at Mania. So I think you've got to figure out your matchups, and I don't think, Riddle could do it, and then we get that Goldberg Riddle match. That'd be cool. Austin Theory's an oddball choice here, but I don't think that there's a WrestleMania match ready for Austin Theory, unless they ran like they did like Lashley Theory, but even that's not. Cody Rhodes, maybe he shows up. Is this where Cody shows up at the ramp and just goes, I'm here? And then he points at the winner and we get Cody Rhodes for Seth Rollins at Mania or something? I don't know.
I'm fantasy booking AJ.
AJ?
I want AJ and Edge at Mania. Figure out a way to get there. Maybe have Bobby and Edge in the number one contenders match and have AJ versus Edge because that's what I want to see. That's the WWE fan in me wants to see.
Yeah.
However, it's going to be Brock. Just like I said, that train's going to keep on chugging.
You think so? He's going to keep the title.
We could
keeps the title.
Because I think it'd be so dumb if they did, but a unification match. Because there has been talks about that.
Brocky 2 belts, though, that'd be fun. I don't think was that. They might do it. They might unify the titles. I don't think that's the smart play because I think
no.
Here's the thing. You built the Universal title up to be a massive deal, and you're not going to eliminate the WWE Championship because of the lineage and the legacy that title holds. So, you're just going to go back to the WWE Champion and just call it good? Because that's what unification means. You're going to be the
maybe not unify it, but he's going to hold both belts. He's going to be Brock 2 belts, and we're going to
Okay, well, see that's different. That plays to a different strength that they put
there you go.
Gold on it. They did it. They did it with Becky, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I actually think they should have went a little longer with Becky. I think they kind of got rid of it too quick. But I mean, Brock holding 2 belts and only showing up a few times a year, I don't think it's a good look. So I think Roman would have to take the brunt of both shows. But even that would take away from Roman's mystique a little bit if he's now pulling double duty on Raw and SmackDown. So I think here's your opportunity. I think I like AJ because you can do AJ and Edge. They're both on Raw. You don't have to do a lot of legwork to get there because I think it's a dream match that people want to see. And I think Edge could tell an amazing story. Heck, AJ could tell an amazing. That's 2 all-timers right there. So I like where your head's at, Astrid. Where's your head at?
And it's like the only part that I keep thinking is like if they do Brock and Roman, what does that put Rollins after putting him back in the title picture and just like taking him out like that? I trust me, I want to see AJ and Edge. That's a different part for me too. But just like it makes me wonder what does Seth land on this part of it, because he keeps teasing somehow he's gonna end up in that match as well because they want it to be like an official 3-way. And not only that, but Rollins hasn't had an official main event match at WrestleMania. When he was probably supposed to have it, his wife got it instead. So,
which they made mention of that on TV.
So he's like, I don't mind giving it up for her to have it, which I love, by the way. But at the same time, I want, being a Rollins fan, I want him to have that main event match. He hasn't had it, so it makes me wonder how they're going to put him in that equation as well. Because how do you not have Rollins in a Mania match?
Well, how do you not have CM Punk in a Mania match? Yeah, no, but I meant main event. But I know, with Rollins, when he had the Universal title the last time, or there was the WWE Championship, I don't want to confuse myself, but his match was first with Lesnar. They started it off quick at that WrestleMania. So, that would be I think you could do some things with that if you wanted to get Seth Rollins involved in that. But I think this is your shot. I don't know what you do with Rollins. Maybe Rollins gets Cody Rhodes, right? Like, there's if that happens, we'll circle back to what we talked about at the beginning of the show before we get out of here. If you land Cody Rhodes and you're the WWE, he shows up at WrestleMania. He's in a big program. And who else but like one of your best all-around wrestlers, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes. There's a story that could be told there. There's a lot of great promos that could be told there. This Seth Rollins, Cody comes back and says, "This is why I'm back. What are you doing? Like, we're changing everything around here. I'm starting it, and I'm starting with you, Seth. And you can have an incredible 20-minute match at WrestleMania with those two." That's me just fantasy booking way out of left field. But it's not so much out of left field now that Cody Rhodes is like, you know what? I might sign and go back home to the WWE. But so the Elimination Chamber, I think it's gonna be a good card. Again, I'm not going to get into all that. I'm not the person to speak on everything that's going on over there. If you want to watch the pay-per-view, I'm all, you know what, that's your prerogative. If you don't, I can't argue with you there either. I just think if we're objectively looking at this card, which I now found out is 8 matches and not 5, which again, if that was just the 5, man, that's a good 5. So I looked them up. I didn't go. I looked at and I made a bunch of slides today. And I was going to run them, but I got busy at work and I had a whole thing planned. But we pivoted, as they say on Friends. But Astrid, thank you for joining me on what was an Ecto Guy. Thank you for joining. I was going to get to that too before you jumped in and be like, well, not thanking me. No, I got you, bro. Astrid, thank you.
He would have said that.
He would have. He would have. He's like, what about me, man? I hope. No, I
mean, yeah, I would have.
I love you. You know I love you. But Astrid, we're going to get out of here. We usually go till 10. We're a little short on that, but that's okay. We talked about a lot. We covered a ton today. Astrid, The Natural, NXT, Tuesday nights, right? Tell the people where they can find you and what you got coming up.
Yeah, you said that. Well, NXT with Cody and Ed on Tuesdays after Power Out. So we got the double feature going on. Pretty soon we'll be doing AEW on Wednesdays too. And sometimes they'll be on BOS. It depends on when we do it. If not, I'll be like Astrid is on YouTube and Twitch. And if not, I'll be on my Twitter, which is Astrid Pizarro. And I'm going to make a competition. I got my shirt on Wham, so might as well get my shirt too. Sorry.
Well, we're going to plug ours. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
No, I got a picture in here.
Ecto Guy, thank you for hopping in and being the producer. Like, we don't get you on screen very much, and it's not because we don't love you and think you do a good job, but without you, a lot of the things that we do are not possible. You right the ship, you keep us going, you kill us, you make amazing clips. That new intro, from what I saw before all my stuff crashed out, looked awesome. You got my face on there. I don't know what you were thinking. That doesn't sell the product, but
you sell products, sir.
You tell the people where they can find you and what you got going on.
Well, you can find me here on the Flagship show Between Two Beards every Thursday night. But you can find me also at That Ecto Guy on Twitter and Facebook and on YouTube, because I have a channel, That Ecto Guy, and I have a blog where I, there's a box right behind Pluggo's head there, an AEW trading card thing. I opened one of those on my YouTube and on my blog. The blog is thatectoguy.blogspot.com. Check it out. I'm going to have so much going up on there, whether it be card openings, whether it be my own personal thoughts, or whether it be, figure reviews, because I used to do that on this channel. So check that out. Check me out on Twitter. And remember to check back right here next week at 8 p.m. for another episode of Between Two Beards.
That's all right.
Pluggo.
Right. Before I get all of our plugs out of the way, which we have a ton.
We do.
I forget to mention, and I want to forget to mention, our day one sponsor since day one, RK Athletics. Go follow them for all of your personal training needs. Rick is fantastic. RK Athletics 1 on Twitter. If you're trying to get into shape and you want some tips, there's no guilt there. They're not going to shame you. They are open. They want to help you. Day one sponsors, RK Athletics. Fantastic people. Check them out. Now, this is where JPJ comes in, because he absolutely kills it with this. But you know what? You got to check us out. Between Two Beards on Twitter. Between Two Beards on Facebook. Between Two Beards. We got a TikTok. We do TikToks. Go to whatamaneuver.net/lovewrestling. Get you some merch. Astrid's got a shirt. We've got 2 shirts up there. There's 2 Love Wrestling shirts. Josh Robinson, who isn't on the Love Wrestling, go to Josh Robinson. Thank him for coming out and doing his Unhinged. He's got shirts on What a Maneuver. What a Maneuver is killing it right now in the shirt game. They're wonderful products. Go check those out. Go follow JPJ at Joseph Poulin Jr. on Twitter. He's killing it. He's on Fightful Overbooked with Josh. They got some big things brewing there. We've got some big things in the works, so stay tuned to those socials, because that's important, because we've got some things that we are dropping soon. It's like, we got some things. And then, of course, Ecto Guy, I was going to get to him. I'm not going to get yelled at tomorrow by Spencer. I'm trying to stay out of the man's office this week. But Love Wrestling, make sure you follow them on all social medias at Lovewrestling.ca, at lovewrestling.ca on the web, where I've done some writing. We've got some features, CF streams. I think Gabe is doing some stuff with Retro Mania. I don't want to butcher, but it's some retro gaming stuff, which is a lot of fun. Smark and Friends, I forgot to mention them earlier. Check out that podcast. He's dropping some fun stuff as well. PCO next Thursday. We're going to have some announcements coming up for our Thursday this week as well. So again, JPJ, this was tough, man. Come back. Don't ever go on vacation again, because I don't know what to do. I want to touch things. I want to talk about it. But this was a lot of fun. Thank you, Astrid. Thank you, Ecto Guy. Until next Thursday, we out. Peace.